Hello out there, and now that we're about halfway through 2017, I wanted to do a collection video update because so much already has changed this year. Just a lot of knives coming in and out, and I wanted to do a couple videos just to capture everything that I currently own. That said, I don't really want them to be 20 minutes long, and I don't want to have to make 4 of them, so I'm going to try to do 2. Today is going to be Benchmades and Spydercos, and then the next video will be everything else. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I possibly can. Because of the way that the camera is set up, I can't really capture that many knives in frame at once. So I will pan over right now everything that we're going to be looking at, the Benchmades and the Spydercos, and I'll bring them in 1 or 2 or 3 at a time into the frame to talk about, and then just go over everything real briefly again at the end. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Here is the Mini Griptilian 555-1, and I'll bring in the other Mini Griptilian so we can do those all at the same time. So we have just the regular 556 in blue, the 556 in D2, and here is, man, I don't even actually know the name of this one, the 558. All right, and this is the Mini Grip Ritter Griptilian in M390. And then I also have this really fancy blade that we're going to talk about briefly, but we're going to talk about it. Move these back out of the way. And then so this one has these really clear scales, which you might have seen from me before. They are getting rusted and old, and I haven't been able to clean them. I just can't get in there to get rid of that rust where that's building up. You know, and there is some special hardware and a special clip on this knife. And the original blade was a 440C dummy blade on this. So the clear scales were really just intended for display purposes, as you can see, just to show off what the axis lock and what the inside of the mechanism was all about. Very cool, right? I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting this M390 blade onto a new set of scales and just putting the dummy blade back together, and maybe getting the 440C sharpened and just having a new knife. We'll see. Alright, and then next we have my only Benchmade fixed blade. This is the Hidden Canyon Hunter in S30V from the Hunt line. Like this one a lot. Good, small, fixed blade. Definitely does the job. Now we have the 335 Big Spender. A pretty neat one, old discontinued design. This is in 154 cm. As you can see here, it is a pre-production number 457 out of 1,000. Next we have the Benchmade Freak. Really like this one. The only new for 2017 Benchmade that I've picked up so far, S30V. Extremely lightweight, front heavy. Really digging this knife. Very, very excellent in use. Butch Ball Axis Flipper, number 300, 154 cm, thick, chunky knife. It is milled a lot, but still pretty heavy. I like the G10 on it though, really comfortable in hand. Jimping could be better, but a gift from my wife and a very cool blade. And then we have the 531-1501. REI exclusive Mel Pardue design, S30V, green G10, really lightweight. Loving this knife. Carry it a whole lot more than I thought I would. Just a good blade. I've got 2 HKs. One of them is the Soldat here, N680 steel, button lock, Tanto. Usually not really my thing, but this one actually stays in the car all the time. So this is a just a backup knife that I leave in the car for all purposes. And then the other HK is actually an imported one. So I don't know. I thought I'd put it on camera just to be here, but it isn't made in the USA facility. But this is the Unsub. Obviously also discontinued since that whole line is gone. Review on this is actually coming soon. Alright, only a couple more Benchmades. We've got the 484-1. Probably technically the nicest Benchmade that I have. S90V blade steel. Really nice blue accents here. The carbon fiber is probably the best carbon fiber that I own. All right, it is just extremely attractive and grippy, and yeah, I think it's my favorite carbon fiber. So there's that. Really good looking knife too. But, you know, that said, every time I have this on camera, I do say that all of the 484s are just excellent knives. The base steel for the regular model is M390, so you're not really going to go wrong with any 484. And then here is the 527, I believe, Mini Presidio Ultra 440C. Really cool knife. If you we're going to have a debate about which is better, this or the Griptilian. This one could very well come out on top as far as just functionality and the way it feels in the hands. Just a really, really nice knife at a good price point in 440C. So yeah, compares well to the mini grip. All right, and then we will finish with the 4 Osbornes that I currently own. We have the 930 Colgera. We have the 960, which is a new addition. We have the 940-1501 and the 770. All right, so starting from the top, the 770 here is a limited edition in D2 tool steel with green and black G10. Try to focus on that blade for you real quickly. So very cool knife. And then the 940-1501 is the KnifeWorks exclusive with the black and blue G10 in 20 CV. Really attractive G10 on this knife. Loving that. And then one of my recent acquisitions is the long sought after 960. This is also a limited edition in D2. So 28 out of 50. Really slick aluminum here, but still, just for what you're going to use it for, as a lightweight knife, it still fits into the hand really well. So a very functional knife and one of the best looking Benchmade designs that I think I've ever seen. All right, and then last but not least is the Colgera, the 930. Great knife, also discontinued. Another great Osborne knife, one of my favorite EDCs. So really good one. S30V on this, blue and black G10. That is actually the base, so yeah, really nice looking base model from Benchmade. All right, so let's pan back over. Take a look again at all the Benchmades real quickly. And then we will slide and start taking a look at the Spydercos. Alright, maybe this won't be a 20-minute video after all. Let's see if we can get through it all. So we're going to start from the bottom and go up. And so here we have the Spyderco Des Horn. This was a gift from my wife. Really cool knife. Good gentleman's folder. Nice G10, extremely lightweight S30V. Don't carry this one very often, but it's definitely not going anywhere. Like it a lot. Love the blade shape on it too. Functional and almost like Warncliffe-like, but still extremely, extremely acute point. So very cool there. All right, next we have the newly released Alcyone CTS BD1. This is produced in China. Very cool G10 on this. I recently had this on camera for another video. Really liking this knife a lot so far. I do definitely prefer it over the Polestar. Just like the smaller size. It fits in the hand for me a little bit better. And yeah, it's just a pretty darn good knife. And then next we have the Persistence. My Persistence is one of my most modified knives. It's sort of like an experimental knife. One of the first acid etches I ever did. I also threw some glow-in-the-dark backspacer in there because, you know, why not? I think that's exactly what I said with the last time I did a collection video. Like, why not? Yeah, why not have a little glow in the dark? All right, and then next is the video knife that launched the channel here. This is the Sage 5 in S30V. Still really love this knife. Still hard to find a Spyderco that beats it, to be honest. It's just an excellent EDC, the perfect size for me. Great blade material in S30V, great compression lock. Not very many complaints when it comes to this knife. Currently, I have 2 pair of 3s. These are actually my only Spydercos that I have with me right now that are made in the USA. I own 2 native 5s, and here's a good note for myself actually moving forward. I own 2 native 5s, but they are currently on loan around the country, so those are not here in this video today. But the 2 American-made Spydercos that I have are these pair of 3s, the original satin finish, and then the black on black. One quick thing that I've noticed is that the G10 feels different on the black on black version than the original one. Feels a little grippier. So there's that. Both made in S30V. No steel variants are released quite yet at this point. So looking forward to that happening. And then next we have the Chaparral. This is the Rafir Noble Chaparral with the really interesting scales here. You can see a really nice reflection of one of my lights in the scale, but some I think it's, what is it, copper and brass that's in there in this epoxy scale. So pretty neat. Actually, I think it's bronze and brass, but regardless, just a really neat look, almost like a 3D kind of look to these scales, and excellent blade steel in CTS XHP as well. So very neat knife, very good small, lightweight gentleman's knife. And then I'll bring in the Salt series, all of the Salt knives that I have, 4 right now. So starting at the top, we have the Dragonfly in H1. So really good little EDC. And then I do also have the Serrated Man Bug in H1, which is just an excellent knife for the size. Extremely sharp out of the box, and yeah, just a good one to have. Definitely a good pickup in the $40 range. Very cool knife there. And then I do have these 2 Salt 2s that are recently released. Let's get those focused a little better. I did a blade swap on them. So they were originally black on black, and then the yellow handle scale with the satin blade. Both of these are H1 as well. I will follow up about the blade swaps and the potential to do that with a Delica in the update video that I'll be filming, I think, next, actually. All right, and then we have the flash batch knives. We have the Lil Nalaka, and I have 2 of them, as you can see. One of them was gifted to my father, and he very politely declined, and I decided not to sell the other one quite yet, just holding on to it. Maybe I'll eventually gift it, or I don't know what. But you can see I have number 90 out of 1200, and then this one here is number 18 out of 1200. Very cool knife. I really like, I don't know what I like about it, just maybe the white G10 or the design or just how different it is, but just a cool knife. I did a review on it as well, RWL 34, so very cool blade steel also, and an extremely nicely built and put together knife. The fit and finish on these is very, very good from Spyderco. So yeah, like those a lot. And then next is the Cricket. So this is a Cricket in VG10 that I modified and, you know, put a little bit of a different look on the handle scales here. I did try to put this for sale on Instagram and didn't really have any takers, so I don't know, I guess it's just part of my collection for now. I don't think there's too much value to try to like really do everything I can to sell it, but it might end up in some kind of like package lot selling this one eventually, so not planning on keeping that one for forever. Oh, and let's talk about the bird knives. So I've got 2 of those. Here is the Meadowlark, and here's the Raven 2. Raven 2 I've talked about quite a bit, made a video about that, and then some of the other knives like the Polestar line that is based off of it. So CTS BD1, G10, really good knife, thick blade stock on this. Love this bird, Raven 2. The Meadowlark I got just sort of to compare it to the Ganzo knife that's just like it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really care for this one, to be honest, and there will be a video about this coming in the next couple weeks. All right, only got a few left. So here is our Ambitious. Ambitious has some custom scales put on it. I did not make them myself. I did, however, do the acid etch work and polish up the hardware. So this is now one of my my favorite pieces in the collection. Just really like the way this one came out. Very cool knife to begin with, just stout and sturdy as a small EDC. You know, really thick liners considering the length of the knife. So I've always really liked this one, but now it is even cooler, I think, since these recent modifications were done. So digging that. And only two more to go. We have got the Centofonte 3 in VG10. Another gift from my wife. One of probably my favorite knives in the collection for sentimental reasons, and then also in use, it's just great. It's just a great knife to have in your pocket. Extremely light, functions well, ergonomically. Maybe one of the 3 or 4 best knives in hand that I own. So that's saying something. It just feels really, really good in the hand. The jimping on this is top notch. So love the Centofonte 3. And then we will finish with the Domino. Probably still my favorite Spyderco. Just really like this knife in every single capacity. I love the look of it. I love the carbon fiber. This one is in CTS XHP, and this has the blue carbon fiber weave. Titanium frame lock. Just really well built. Action is fantastic on it, either from the flipper or using the Spidey hole. I like all aspects of this knife. Yeah, so that's why I saved it for last, because it is a favorite of mine. And yeah, definitely when I traded the Spyderco Para 2, the Blurple one, straight up for this, I think that was a trade. While it worked out for both people involved, it's one that I definitely benefited from because I really, really love this knife. So there we go. That is the last one. I am proud to say that this will be an under 20-minute video. Let's pan back over and take one more look at all this stuff, and we will have probably another update video in the next couple weeks, and that will have Kershaws and CRKTs and Browse stuff and Buck stuff and other odds and ends. But here is the core of the collection, is what I'll say. So thanks for watching, guys. Any of these videos that you want to see more of, or I'm sorry, any of these knives that you want to see more of, let me know down below. I'd be really interested to hear from you about it. And you know, there's always an opportunity for me to get a new video idea. So yeah, let me know if there's something you'd like to hear more about. Any other questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, I am always here to reply to you. So let me know. But I will talk with you soon, and yeah, look forward to it. Have a good one, guys.